Your income grows with your list. It's Ken Dunn, and today we're going to get into how to take an email list or how to start an email list and grow it to 1 million people.
So the big question is this: how is a tiny percentage of entrepreneurs blow the pack away? What are they doing that we're not? I asked myself that question for 10 years. I was failing forward and getting sick of it. I wanted to build a coaching business, but couldn't make any headway. So I started studying them. I realized that the world's most elite marketers, entrepreneurs, and gurus were all using the same 4-step system. I call it the authority factor. On the show, I'm going to prove to you that the authority factor worked for them and it'll work for you. My name is Ken Dunn. Let's get started.
I'm super excited to be here with everybody, and I want to get right into it and talk about email marketing and the importance of it. I think that more and more beginner entrepreneurs than ever before are not even bothering to build email lists. And it just baffles me why that's happening. The old saying, like you just heard me say, is your income grows with your list. It's never been truer than today. And I hear all the time from people, but why would I build an email list? Nobody pays attention to it. Why would I build an email list? It all goes into spam. Why would I build an email list? Blah, 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 blah. I think email marketing is still probably one of the best and cheapest ways to market and to make money in your online business. And let me explain to you why. The acquisition cost of getting somebody to join your email list are super low. And it all comes down to the right lead magnet that you're going to use. But if you use the right strategy to build your lead magnet, the acquisition costs for getting somebody onto your email list, in other words, what does it cost you to get a subscriber onto your email list, are probably it's the cheapest acquisition cost you can pay. And what I mean by that is there's lots of things that we run paid ads for. We run ads to get people onto webinars. We run ads to get people to buy products and services. But running ads to get people onto your email list is super cheap, and I'll tell you why. The number one strategy in the world that's used today to get people onto an email list is called a lead magnet. I like to teach people how to build a really good tripwire, and a tripwire is basically a lead magnet that leads to an offer on the second page. The reason I like to do tripwires is because if you build a tripwire properly, it will cover all of your acquisition costs. So essentially what a tripwire is, let me explain it to everybody. It starts with a front page that is a lead magnet. You're giving something away for free. You're offering to add value to your ideal clients for free. We'll come back to how you pick that topic in a second. But if you're running ads and your whole purpose of the ads is to get people to download that guide and subsequently jump onto your email list, it's not unusual to get people to join your list for pennies, 10 cents, 12 cents. It's pretty normal. And then if you go onto the second page and you sell them something that they buy, I like to keep the offers really low on that second page so more people buy. So it's anywhere between $5 and $50. Well, all of that money you make, obviously, it's all about recovering your cost first, right? For me, my tripwires cover the cost of acquisition. So people join my email list for free. Now, the skeptic will say, well, if you're just covering your cost, how do you make money doing this? It's the email marketing. And then the skeptic comes back in and says, well, nobody pays attention to email anymore. Nobody, watches email anymore. And friends, frankly speaking, that's just not true. Now, granted, the way email works has radically changed. Back in the day when I started in email marketing, there weren't filters. There wasn't even a spam folder. You sent emails out and 50 to 60% of those emails were opened. And 20 to 30% of the people who opened the email and read it took the action. Now, it's changed. It's changed for a number of factors. Today, we have spam filters. And with 60% of email going through Gmail, it's more than spam filters. It's promotions folders and all kinds of stuff where email gets thrown all over the place. But even with that environment, in my business today, 20% of the emails that I send out get opened, and 5 to 10% of the people that open them take action. And so every day I'm sending out emails to my list, and
At least 3 of the 5 days of the business week, I'm sending out offers, and every one of those emails generates revenue. It's free money because those people are already on my list. And when they joined my list, I sent them to a second page offer that recovered the cost. So when I'm emailing every day, it's free money when I'm selling things. And that's what people need to understand. So instead of saying I'm not going to build an email list because it's a waste of time because there's so much spam out there, do like all the top marketers in the world do. Build your email list anyway. Build your email list anyway, but just understand the metrics. You want to get to a 20% open rate. That means 20% of the emails you send out get opened. And you want to get to like a 5 to 10% click-through rate. I mean, they grab the call to action. CTA stands for call to action. They grab the call to action, which means they're going on to shop. And if you're using any really good, legitimate email marketing software, well, all of the data and tracking is there. So you can see in a dashboard all of these statistics. And then you can also see, because you link your sales pages and your carts to your emails, the revenue that each email created. So it's not about should I get into email marketing or not. It's an absolute. If you're building any type of online business around your experience or expertise, or you've got some type of e-commerce store, it's the cheapest way to make money, plain and simple. So let's talk about the steps in this for a second. The first thing that we all have to do is ask ourselves, what's the right lead magnet? What's the right thing we can give away for free? What I teach everybody that I communicate with, all of my students, I teach them the same thing. When you first decide to start an online business around your expertise, a coaching business, start off by creating a journey, a client journey. It becomes your business guide, your plan. And in that journey, ask yourself, who's your ideal client? Be as specific as possible with that. And then what's the desired outcome that you're going to get for them? And then once you do that, do the steps. What are the steps to get them there? And list them all out in a chronological order, a logical order, in the order you want them to learn. And then once you get those steps figured out, I'll give you a really quick example. Let's talk about a health and fitness coaching business. If you're a female health coach, your ideal client is a woman between 40 and 60 who's had children, who is still carrying baby fat, who is not happy with herself. Her self-esteem is low. She's just not having a good time in life. And your goal with her is to help her to lose 30 to 40 pounds. And then once you know what that goal is, you ask yourself, how would life be different? And it's important to do that, because those things you come up with about how life is different, those are the hooks that you're going to use in your emails and your ads and everything else. So you're going to say she's happier, her relationships are better, her relationship with her kids are better, she's having a better time at work, she's wearing her old clothes, she's always smiling, she's singing in the shower. So you've got all that stuff figured out. And then what are the steps? Step 1 is discovery. Getting her to realize why she is what she is, how she got fat, how she got overweight. Step 2 is planning, is outlining in one step. Here's the plan, because you start getting them dreaming and thinking ahead, and they get excited about it. Step 3 is all about diet and exercise, like eating, right? Consumption, because 70% of losing weight is what you eat. Step 4 is fitness. Now, these steps, the details in them are whatever your expertise is. You could, for the diet, you could be somebody that's into veganism or keto or meat only or whatever. For the fitness, you could be somebody that's into yoga or just walking every day or resistance training. Once you get through those steps, the next step, I believe, if I was a fitness coach, I'd do a whole step on habits, the importance of habits. Then my next step would be on accountability. How do I keep myself accountable? And I'd go into all the different methods for accountability. And then the next step, which would be the last step, would be the 90-day journey. Lay out the whole journey and let them go. Now, once you got that client journey, like just the steps figured out, you go back to each step and you list out in great detail all the bullet points for each step. And if you do this exercise properly, you're going to end up with this client journey that's got about 100 bullet points in it. Why is this important? Well, number 1, that becomes the outline for a book you're going to write someday. Number 2, all of those little bullet points can become individual subjects for the things that you're going to teach on social media. Number 3, most importantly, the lead magnet.
So you want to start building an email list. How do you figure out what's the right thing to do a lead magnet around? People that don't understand to go through an exercise like this, what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, I'm a life coach. Let me just build a lead magnet, 7 ways to lead your life. No, friends, you will not get the same type of response and the same type of opt-in and the cheap price if you do it that way. If you guys are watching this live while I'm on StreamYard, hit that button above the video that says give permission, because somebody just made a comment here that says the list is huge, you own it. Works, it works. Well, whoever that is, I can't see your name. It just says Facebook user. So click that button above. That way I can see your name and I can interact with you. Anyway, once you got that list done, what I teach my students to do is to go back to the list and look at all of the action items and ask yourself this one question. What is one thing that I can teach from these bullet points that I can teach independently, so it doesn't rely on any of the other things for it to work? And if somebody does it, they're going to get a result in 7 to 14 days. And when they get a result, they're going to give me the credit. Let me give you an example of that. In my business, I teach people how to build 7-figure coaching businesses from scratch, how to launch it, how to figure out what to sell, how to scale, everything. And when I was looking at my own client journey, I asked myself, what's something I'm good at that's unique to me that when people do it, it freaking works and they give me the credit? And I realized I've been studying Facebook advertising for 10 years and I'm fairly good at it. But one of the neat little things that I realized was how to get people onto a Facebook fan page through paid ads really cheap. I'm talking like pennies a like. And that's massive, because if you can get 100,000 people of the right people on your page and you pay pennies a like, it's a gold mine for you, because the cheapest way to advertise is to those people. And it works. And I've had tons of students that say, yeah, that's really cool. So I created a lead magnet, basically a 21-page PDF that shows them exactly how to do it. And people freaking love it. I get people, when I run my ads to build my email list, I run an ad that says, hey, the more people you have on your fan page, the more influence you have. Check out this guide and learn how to get more people on your fan page really cheap. And they click on the guide and they download it. Well, Facebook only charges me 5 or 6 cents to get somebody to join my email list. Why? Because everybody who wants to build a coaching business knows that the first step is to get a lot of people to pay attention to them. But here's the coolest part. If they launch this strategy within the first week, they're going to get thousands of new people on their page. And guess what they do? They freak out. Oh my God, Ken's a genius. Ken knows what he's doing. That's amazing. They barely know me. They freaking got a free guide. But what ends up happening subconsciously in their minds or consciously, they ask themselves, I wonder what else Ken sells. And that's the magic. In fact, I'm going to play a video right now. I'm not going to play it here. Actually, I can play it here. I'm going to play a video for you right now that illustrates this. If you find the right, let me just see if I can find this quickly for you. Yep, here it is right here. If you find the right lead magnet and you give that lead magnet away to people, they're going to be left saying, oh my gosh, Ken is amazing. I wonder what else he sells. I'm going to buy whatever else he sells. And I was doing a live event inside of my community I would say it was about a year ago. And in one of our Facebook groups, I was giving away this guide, and a coach went into the Facebook group and just gave me this unsolicited. She just did a video post in the group, but it was this unsolicited testimonial. And I want you to listen carefully to what she's saying, especially when she says, I can't wait to see what else he sells. So let's watch this video together. Because I really want you to see the importance of choosing the right lead magnet.
Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you doing? I am Daniela, and I'm so excited to be in the summit this weekend. I can tell that I just got here because one of my speakers for my summit, I saw that she was promoting it, and I really got very supporting her. So I signed up, and I can tell that I have my own experience in introducing my own summit that being in those interview and that clearing energy, your life change. I have so much breakthrough, so much, joy and happiness and effectiveness. And I have to tell you a secret. I got one, when I registered, I got one email from Ken, and I started to do the process that he, create of the gift, and I started to follow, and I just started to do exactly what he was doing, exactly like that. I was just putting my monitor here and my computer here, and I started to copy exactly what he was saying in the video guidance, and I have to tell you, I got amazing result. What he was teaching is on point. It's relentless effectiveness. I love the guy already. I can't wait to see what else he's gonna offer because
Okay, friends, that's the point. So what you do, if you want people, you heard exactly what Daniela just said. She was amazed by it. It worked. She got incredible results, and I can't wait to see what else he's offering. And that's what's going to happen if you get the right lead magnet. Now, how do you figure that out? It's really simple. Go through your client journey and just ask yourself, you got to take the time to figure out this client journey first. And I'll tell you why. There's going to be some people that listen to this and they say, oh, that's really simple. I know exactly what it is. Yeah, you might know one thing, but if you take the time to do an entire client journey exercise where you lay out the steps in the journey, you know who your ideal client is and where they're going, and then you lay out all those individual teaching points in each step, you're probably going to find something that's even better. So you grab whatever that is, that thing. In my case, I called it the 100,000 fans in 100 days. And it was really, really freaking simple to create this. In fact, let me share my screen again and I'll show you. For those of you guys that are hearing this on the podcast, I'm sorry about this. I'll put the link in the show's notes. It's called 100,000 fans, 100K fans in 100 days. As you guys can see on the screen, this is the guide. And below here, all the testimonials, you can see the people that have tried it. But they download the guide. So they put their name in and their email, and now they're on my list. Boom. And they get the guide sent to them. And on the next page, there's a little offer. Essentially, what I'm saying to them on the next page is, hey, guys, I'm super glad you got this. But listen, I got an exciting offer for you. The Facebook Ads Manager is glitchy. Sometimes it's hard to follow. So I created this little mini course where I actually built a page to 20,000 likes in 10,000 likes in 10 days. And I laid it all out in these training videos, and I want to give it to you. Now, I want to make this an irresistible offer for you. I normally sell this for $297, but today I'm going to sell it to you for $7. Just click on the button and buy it. It's really that simple. Friends, listen to the stats that I get from this. Let me just go back and make sure I'm still here. Yeah. Okay. So here's the stats I get. For every 10 people that download my guide, 2 people pay $7. So 10 people at 10, it's 10 cents a piece. I'm paying 10 cents to get somebody to download my guide. 10 people at 10 cents a piece is $1. 2 people paying $7 is $14. So I'm building my list for free. And for every 10 people, every dollar I spend, I make $14. See, that's what you do. So if you're trying to figure this stuff out, you literally go through the exercise, figure out the first thing that you're going to do. And then once you build that lead magnet and you build that sales offer that you're going to sell, you start running your ads. And you run it long enough so you've got metrics. You try different audiences until you find the audience where people are joining your email list somewhere between 5 cents and 50 cents. And you're in there. If
If you get people joining your list and you're paying 50 cents every time somebody does, that means your audience could be better. So you go start testing other audiences until you can get it down. If you get people to join your list anywhere between 5 cents and 20 cents, run it. But don't just do a lead magnet. Have an offer on the second page. And make sure, here's the secret to the offer. The offer should make the free thing easier. So what I did is I called out the challenge, the technology challenge people have. And I say, listen, what's going to make this easier is if you've got a series of videos you can follow. You hear Danella, she told you, you guys just heard that from her. All she did was watched my video and did it herself, and she got the results. And it's fascinating. And so it, like, I'll give you, Dr. Stacy Cooper's here watching this right now. Dr. Stacy has an amazing lead magnet. Go ahead and drop it in the chat for everybody, Stacy, so they can see it. I'll put Dr. Stacy's. If you're watching this on YouTube or in the podcast, I'll put this in the notes as well. All Stacy did was built a guide that says lose 10 pounds in 10 days. She calls it the 10-day way down. People download the guide, and on the next page, there's a video that says, hey, listen, I really want to help you on this journey. So I built a little mini course called the 10-day way down. And in that mini course, you get recipes and you get guidance and you get all these things. Same thing. She's paying about 30 or 40 cents to get somebody to join her email list. And, you know, she'll get 20 people to join her email list. It costs $6. And for every 20, she gets one person to pay $7. So she's still making money. It's not the same multiple I was talking about, but you get the point. So what's the moral to this story? The moral to the story is find that problem that you can help somebody solve that's unique to you, that they'll get a result within 7 days, build a lead magnet, build a mini course that makes it easier, and launch a tripwire. Now, there's a little bit more to this story than I have time to tell you guys here. If you're already in the Authority Factory, you probably already have access to the Tripwire Builder course. Get in there and build a tripwire and start building your list. If we're new or you're listening to this in the podcast, I've got a really special offer for you. There is an online course that I built years ago called Tripwire Builder. It teaches you this exact technique that I've been laying out for you today. How to choose the right offer, how to build the tripwire, how to build the online course, how to launch it, even teach you how to run the ads. I normally sell this for $1,497. But for you, because you're listening to this show, I'm going to sell it to you for $97 one time, lifetime access. You even get access to a private Facebook group where we help you with all of the pieces to this puzzle. The other thing I want to tell you guys about, it's not even about that. If you buy the Tripwire Builder course for $97, I'm giving it to you literally for, 5%, 95% off the regular price. 95% off the regular price. I'm going to give you the funnels. I've already built them. All you have to do is change the pictures and the words, and there's training on how to do that. So do yourself a favor. Start building your list. Get into it. Your income grows with your list.